Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video, and today we're going to be going through the story of Ferrari's first F1 win. Now, I own actually a box, or like a collection of two Formula 1 related things, which is Hamilton's autobiography on the 2007 season. I highly recommend you read it for more information on the 2007 season, and a DVD on Ferrari's first F1 win and Enzo Ferrari in general. And so I thought, I want to retell that story. So, yes, this is the story of Ferrari's first Formula 1 race victory. Now, before we go into the race, you first have to go into a bit of backstory. In 1939, Enzo Ferrari left Alfa Romeo, who he originally was... Basically, he was a member of Alfa Romeo, and his team, Ferrari, basically used Alfa Romeo cars. He left in 1939 and set out to beat Alfa Romeo. Now, unfortunately, they were all paid to this, and he moved from Modena to Maranello. And that was when he entered the first Formula 1 championship, where he tried to beat the Alfa Romeos. Unfortunately, he couldn't. However, the Ferrari designers eventually came up with an idea to beat Alfa Romeo, and that was to use a engine which was more fuel efficient than the Alfa Romeo, so you could go for less pit stops, which were at the time minutes long. So, yeah, so they decided to go with a very fuel efficient car rather than a very heavy, power orientated, fuel thirsty engine, and put it in the 375. Now, Silverstone at this time was very simple. It's a lot less complex than it is today, where you've got tons of corners. I mean, it was pretty much just a circle around an airfield, really, with a few bends. It's like a really badly drawn circle, but at the same time, you understand what I mean. But it was very different to what it is today. Now, the race itself was really a battle between Alfa Romeo and Ferrari, more so two of their drivers. One was, of course, Fangio, we all know how good he is, and Jose Fallon Gonzalez, who drove for the Ferrari, of course. Now, this was a race-long battle. Basically, both took the lead on different parts of the race. However, Fangio had to pit once again for fuel, whilst Fallon could just drive on, and that won him the race. And so Ferrari got their first race win, and that would eventually spiral into the success which we see today. Alfa Romeo never really recovered from this. Whilst they won the 1951 championship, that was pretty much it. That was their last victory over Ferrari. Ferrari basically dominated the rest of the decade and many decades afterwards. And, well, now, let's just say they're kind of one up on Alfa Romeo. It's kind of ironic that Alfa Romeo helped Ferrari, but now it's Ferrari that has Alfa Romeo as their B team in Formula 1. So, kind of ironic there, but yeah. That just goes to show how influential Ferrari was. So what happened to Gonzalez? Well, his debut was at the 1950 Monaco Grand Prix, and he raced until 1960, picking up a Le Mans win in the process, where he won the 1954 edition of it. He lived a very long life, and he died in 2013. Fangio, of course, would win 5 World Championships, his first coming in 1951, and his last coming in 1957. So, that brings this video to an end. Just one last thing. It's kind of ironic that 60 years later, Fernando Alonso would win in a Ferrari at the British Grand Prix. He also drove Gonzalez's car that day, with Gonzalez watching. So it kind of closes the book on this story and this video. So if you like this video, please subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.